ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the organ in which I already skipped the time of buying all the stuff and what, because I'm not saying it's time consuming, which it can be a little bit unless I know what the hell I'm doing, but it's 11 high and low of -13. Holy moly. But let me introduce the party members, which it took me quite a bit of time to come up with the names, because I just want to have some originality to it, but it's references for something, which I'll show you it right now. I am Anaximandros. I'm a doctor, by the way. And the others, Praterus, Cassandra, Menelaus, Matilda, and Sarah. Now, recently playing this game called Imperator Rome, which I will be doing my first video series on that soon, probably in like 2 or so, depending on as soon as the upcoming date comes out, and then I'll do the first video series on that one. Craterus, that we started with, that's the guy who's going to be first ruling that country when I do that playthrough. Names here, I only looked at the list of names. Anaximandros stood out to me, and it was named after the pre-Socratic philosopher. This was Bush. And Cassandra here, I did not name it after that Assassin's Creed character that you play when you're a female character. Only picked out names that stood out to me. Well, for obvious reasons. He was the king of Sparta during the Iliad, during the Trojan War, so to speak. Brother of Agamemnon. Again, Anaximandros, Cassandra, Menelaus. In Red Dead Redemption 2, I named my 3 horses after them. Craterus, I actually named my dog that. And we know the last 2 aren't Greek names, so I wasn't going for a fucking trail here. Matilda is the name of my Elder Scrolls Online character. I'm a female Nord. I played Elder Scrolls Online for the first time just last week on Xbox. So yeah, that's the name. You know, she's a sneaky person. Sarah, however, is an interesting little story here. It's easy for me to say. Red Dead Redemption 2. Sarah, who's from Mexico, and she does not know English at all. So, yikes. I mean, we do text, but she uses, you know, Google Translate this in order to talk to me in English. So text, not on the phone, Xbox. And French girl by the name of Sarah. Same name, same spelling. I'm like, ah. So this Sarah in particular named it after the Mexican Sarah, not the French. So I got a lot of things on my mind. So let's just get this trail going because I don't want to be here anymore. And by the way, we're going to the Sacramento. That's our destination for. Give it a moment.
Now, I don't blame you for being apprehensive about this, but it's really a blessing in disguise.
I honestly never heard this conversation before, so what do you mean, blessing in disguise?
The Mississippi here is frozen solid. Ferry can't operate, but people, animals, and wagons been crossing over the ice all day yesterday and today, if a bit slippery in spots.
Well, with that kind of time soon, I'm sure the advice is going to be obvious, knowing this man. What's your advice?
Well, I wouldn't go across the ice if my wagon was loaded up to normal load or less. It shouldn't be a problem.
Well, here's the problem. My wagon is pretty heavy, but I bought a second wagon. Yes, I have a connoisseur. And on this trail, well, it's been a long time. Yeah, so this is going to suck. It's going to be a bad trail. And why do you need an anvil for? If you're going to be crossing over the ice, that anvil could just easily smash that river and the ice breaks it. And since I spent all that money, I don't suppose you got... Oh. Ha! That's a bargain. Wait a minute, 1 5-pound for 2 pounds of fresh vegetables? Well, just a minor trade.
Conditions aren't likely to improve anytime soon. We should go ahead and cross the river.
Yeah, I believe we waited here long enough. Cross the damn ice. This breaks, and it didn't. Then consider yourself fortunate. Well, I'll consider myself fortunate because I'm an elected captain. Captain Anaximandros. Well, if I was running the Navy, I would be Admiral Anaximandros. Shut up! I know it's cold out there. We continue as per usual. The Moines River. Anybody here?
Howdy. You know, during the day I get to sit in the wagon. I play games or sometimes knits or sews, but she usually walks.
Not in this cold, no, unless you gotta be wearing something to protect your feet from frostbite.
We're lucky to have a light wagon for riding in, along with a heavy one for our goods. Lots of folks have only one wagon and have to walk all the time, and some folks don't even have a wagon at all.
I got 2 wagons, so what's your problem?
If you pretend you're asleep, you can stay up a bit at night and hear the music around the campfire. It sure sounds lively. I can't wait till I'm old enough to stay up late.
Well, I'm 27 years old and I'm starting to have gray hair because I saw one string of gray hair and I had it removed. Pull it out of its roots. Because I don't want that shit in my head. And I don't want snow in my head either.
I'm not sure what we should do. It's awful hard to travel in all this snow, but if we don't keep moving, we could wind up snowbound.
Yeah, you don't want to be Snowbound Jones over here, so we gotta keep moving. Even though we got mules. That reminds me. Pick up the pace, god damn it. This is how much money I have left. $3.52. So yeah. Two $90 horses. Well, it was cheaper back then in 1846, whereas horses, depending on the breed, are a lot more expensive in Red Dead Redemption 2. Again, me making other video game references. Ah yes, Mount Pisgah. Mount Pisgah, everybody! Oh god. Just don't ignore him. Ignore him, right? Before him. Oh my goodness, go to all limes. This is all you got? I mean, I can understand the food and everything, but this is the best you could offer? Yep, this is the best that the way station has to offer. Well, let me tell you something. Your way station is shit. Get the hell out of my way station. I ain't got no time for that. And now it's just cold.
Let's not stop here. We ought to keep moving.
I know, it's cold out, but I want to visit for once. In just a second.
I am Joseph Mascoutin of the Fire Nation. Welcome to our home.
Hello.
The Fire Nation is often known as the Potawatomi. We are many bands. Our ancestors lived in the place now called Michigan. We now live in Iowa and Kansas. Like many in my village, I'm a trader. I have food, furs, and many goods made by both Indians and white folks. If you like, we can trade.
You got any vegetables? Because it's a commodity that we can never afford back in town. And I'm gonna give you an axe. You know, self-defense against, you know, people who want to steal your stuff.
You want to trade? My name is...
Yes. I know who you are. Supposedly. Not true. Here's another axe. So yeah, imagine axes being used as weapons rather than tools of the trade. So we're going west. We're gonna continue west. Brigham Young leads Mormons westward. Good luck, Brigham Young. He's going to Utah, while meanwhile I'm going to California. Cattle rustling. Yep. Fat ass stole some cattle and he later eat them. Because Mud is hungry. across the river, but what the hell?
We should spend the winter here and then resume our journey in the spring.
But this spring is coming soon.
Personally, I wouldn't object to continuing, but I'm willing to go along with the others and stay here through the winter.
It may seem early, but we don't want to be caught out on the open prairie or in the mountains when the winter snows come. We should remain here until spring.
Yeah.
This may be a fearsome place to spend the winter, but it's better than being out on the bleak prairie, or worse yet, in the mountains. It's good that we stop and spend the winter here.
Do tell me more.
What more is there to say? All must bear their share of tribulations, and we are no exception.
Advice?
Don't worry. The winter will pass, and our travails will be done in their due course.
Yeah, in like a few weeks. Also, give me some money. I know I spent plenty on meals. Yeah, go for that one. Again, I'm a doctor. I'm no good at trading, so that's a flaw of mine. A character flaw. Even though we were supposed to leave, but they tell us, no. You're going to be leaving until spring of next year. People. Anyways, the pioneers who first set out from Nauvoo and Kansas reached winter quarters in mid-1846, even though it's spring of 1846. They waited until spring of 1847 to continue west. Well, that's just how it is, I guess. Yeah, we just sit here and we grow old together. No one here but you.
Do you think it's time to move on?
Well, what do you think? Spring has come and clearly it's still snowing.
Well, haven't we waited here long enough? Many a mile lay ahead of us.
Well, we waited here for literally a year.
Perhaps it's not for us to decide, but it's my opinion that we should continue on our way.
Well, I'm the captain of this wagon train and I say we go!
This is winter quarters, where the first group of Mormon pioneers waited for spring until continuing on their way.
What are you talking about? We've been here for a year. We were with you guys for more than a year for us.
It was a long, cold, harsh winter, and there was much suffering and death, but they endured.
And it's still cold out here on April 1st.
When you feel downhearted, think of those that came before. Draw strength and inspiration from them.
Well, we were the first ones here. We were the originals. You guys came later and until some guy says, no, we will wait here a year. And I'm like, 1 year. It's like, we'll wait till spring. And it's like, this spring? No. Next spring. What's gonna hurt for getting rid of one meal? Because it's an odd number. Let's keep it even. Anyways, how y'all doing? Everybody's feeling good. Worse for me. I need a shave.
You know, this riverbank makes for a good resting place. Let's rest here a time before crossing.
No, we cross.
We should keep moving, but at a distance. They could be trouble.
Like hell. Because, you know, the other night, it was stormy and windy. Yeah, around Tuesday of last week. My goodness, we had a terrible storm the other night here, which was so windy that it nearly scared the crap out of me because I thought there was a tornado in my neighborhood. Nope, it was just energy straight line wind. Just down tree branches, that's all. The water was moving upwards! I saw it with my own eyes! Trust me. I've seen stuff. So, I'm just gonna approach him.
You folks are a mighty good ways out.
Yes, we are.
You look well capable of defending yourselves.
Yeah, we got the guns, and don't you know, we have that Greek spirit. Greek spirit, not great spirit. Greek! You know, talking about us four, and then There's Matilda and Sarah. Anyways, you got any advice?
Can't say I do. We'll mosey on, I reckon.
Actually, before you do, what you got? You got any vegetables? Yes, you do. Because all I need is vegetables. And here's a deck of playing cards. We use that as alternative currency.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Why do you bother me? I don't want to trade. The things we get from the white travelers don't make up for all that we lose.
And I don't want to know what you lost. Is the other guy here? No? Oh well. Guess we can't trade with them as much as I'd like to trade with them, despite my lack of skills in trading. God damn it!
I suggest you borrow some animals from someone and then double team your wagon. That should enable you to pull out of the mud.
Well, we were able to get out of the mud. I didn't buy that many stuff to... Well, I mean, then again, I bought 2 wagons, so... one for the heavy load, the other for the light load. Conestoga, small farm, equals smart. Plus mules. It's too cold out to see rattlesnakes around here.
Howdy, friend. Fine day, isn't it? Least as fine as one can expect right now hereabouts. Be warned. Don't dig a water hole. Drink only river water. Salty as some of these rivers are, it's better than the cholera. We buried my husband just last week.
Sorry for your loss.
No more than I've already given you, but I could use some help with this here harness if you can spare the time.
Just give me the £5. Make it the impressions like, hey, I found a rabbit. This is basically me saying, oh, I'm too lazy to go hunting. Let's get out of here.
Can't hardly see where we're going. Maybe we ought to stop for now.
Well, you can't differentiate fog and snow because it's all white and gray out there. I mean, I got gray on my hair. Well, just only one string of it. Maybe I got gray hair because of stress. Because I've been having a lot of stress lately. But then again, I had this one dream. This one dream that I had. Not like that kind.
It's raining and thundering something terrible. I don't think we should do any more traveling today.
Good, because let me just tell you this story real quick. Let's just say I had a dream the other night, which just seems like the most random of dreams. It involved a gorilla. Not an adult silverback gorilla, but like a young gorilla. You know what was that gorilla doing? Holding my shorts. Yeah, the gorilla was holding my shorts. Not like he was going to take it from me. No, he's just pulling it. No. He's just basically just put his hand there. And let's just say, everywhere I go, he follows. And he still got his hand on my shorts. And just would not let go. Despite the fact I tell him to let go. And of course, you know, that gorilla refuses to cooperate. Until, you know, I found a way out of this. And that is, you know, almost every night or so I would eat bananas. So it's like, hey, banana. And so so he's got that banana. And I'm like, use your other hand to open the banana. So as it peels, and I just ran off, slammed the door on him, locked the door. And I'm like, ha ha, kiss my ass, chimp. Yeah, that's just how I outfoxed it. I mean, naturally, it was just, well, having a fit, and I had to get the hell out of here as fast as I can. Otherwise, we would be having a Planet of the Apes moment. Again, it was a totally random dream. And I could tell she gives me that stone-eyed look of, what the hell are you talking about? Hey, at least the mule didn't get struck by lightning as I was ranting off of a friggin' dream of sorts.
I am Running Elk of the Lakota. You ask how we are. I tell you the buffalo are gone from the great medicine road of the whites.
I haven't done any hunting. Don't blame me.
We must travel 2 days or more to find food for our families. We see the white travelers waste what they hunt. Why do you kill, yet leave most of the meat and skin for the coyotes and buzzards?
It wasn't me. I haven't done any hunting at all. Until we get to Register Cliff.
If you waste the animals you killed, the Great Spirit will visit bad luck and hunger on you. The Great Spirit does not like waste. We use every part of the buffalo and give thanks for the gift it is to us. Go now, and don't come back.
Oh, don't start the curse the Great Spirit again. We don't want that. I mean, you got meat. But you got no vegetables. But I'll tell you what we do need. Chickens. Yeah, reduce the weight in case we get stuck in the mud again. Don't have too many chickens, otherwise they would not produce any more eggs. No, that's milk cows. If you got too many milk cows, they won't produce milk. Just have a certain amount, and then they'll start producing milk for you. Trust me, I learned it myself from the past experiences of the past Oregon Trail videos. Typhus! Oh crap, Craterus. The first guy who's going to be the Archon of Massalia in the future Imperator Rome playthrough. I forgot, what is Typhus again? Isn't that like similar to Camp Fever, Slow Fever? Again, I'm referencing Crusader Kings. Which, by the way, this last week, I finished the final episode of the Stalkadian Saga of Crusader Kings 2. For those interested of reliving the entire series, you can find it on my playlist here on the Lord Master channel. Rest, London. Got it. Have some London, and we'll rest around here at Cedar Bluffs. 4 days. And remember, here on the Lord Master channel, coming soon, Imperator Rome, which I will be doing the Massalian playthrough, which again, it's an ancient Greek colony, one of the westernmost colonies that's located in southeastern France, in modern-day Marseille, France. That's where the series is going to be taking place, in and around there. What, man? How you feeling? Tilda's got a bad cold. Well, maybe it's because it's raining out, so let's just keep going for a bit. Told you. Because I know the symptoms. Because I played this game long enough to know the symptoms of just about everything. Just like, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I know what I'm going to get. And speaking of waking up in the morning, you know what song was playing in my head when I woke up this morning? Macho Man by The Village. And I actually played that song before I started recording on Oregon Trail, you know, to get myself pumped up, ready for the action. Because I gotta be the Macho Man.
You know, my school reader book has pictures of old castles in Europe. These here bluffs remind me of them, with high walls all a-crumbling down.
Well, I didn't do that.
Mom makes sure we keep up with our studies, even out here on the trail. I'm on my second reader, and Ma says my cipherin's getting better all the time.
Ciphering?
Pa's got some fruit trees in our wagon. It's one of my jobs to see they don't get dried out. Pa says we're gonna have the best crop of apples ever when we get to the new land, and I can just taste them sweet peaches.
Remember, that song was playing in my head, Macho Man. So yeah, I really motivated myself to, you know, get ready for this Oregon Trail and whatever bullshit that's gonna happen for all of us here. Especially myself, you know, yours truly. So yes, remember, throughout this trail, no matter what happens, I gotta be the Macho Man. Ooh, yeah! Let's continue. Oh, this person.
I am Inuna Ina, whom you call the Arapaho. My name is Green Eyes. Our chief is Talks to the Coyote. He doesn't know your language, so he will speak through me. My father was a white man.
Just like that Mexican girl, man, who does not know one iota of English, but we still talk.
Talks to the Coyote says that you are crossing the land of the Inuna Ina. You should offer gifts for this privilege. Act as though you want to trade, but ask for nothing in return.
Advice?
I suggest you offer gifts. Talks to the Coyote is a powerful man. He can be a strong friend or a strong enemy. Friendship with the Arapaho can be a great advantage to you. on the next leg of your journey.
I don't know if there's any real consequence to it. Well, it's at the spring, so one winter cloak will do. It's not like it's gonna ward off any bad luck from the Great Spirit, if we were that superstitious. $10! Who's in charge of the ferry here?
I don't like the...
Was it you?
What are we waiting for?
We're in need of a good rest.
Well, we'll rest up for both of their sake, just for one day, because I need to know who's running this outfit. I ain't going there until I meet that person who runs the ferry around here. Is it you?
I reckon Forden's.
One more day, and then we're going. Hopefully you'll get better.
What are we...
Guess it's none of you then. Oh, I know what it'll tell me. Guidebook. Look it up. North Platte River. Wait a minute. Where's Mormon Trail? It doesn't say anywhere in the guidebook. Wait a minute. Oh, god damn it! It's an old book! I mean, we've been out here for a year. But it's 2 and 1 feet. And the money I have is... I don't know. Ad nauseam. Just cross! Oh, we got plenty of money. What the hell are you complaining about? Quit your bitching. Well, at least we got money to spare to get some nails and chains. And some pickaxes, because, you know, to get us out of the rock situation should there ever be fallen rocks around here. Because, you know, you gotta be smart. You gotta adapt to everything. If you don't, then you are lost. And if you are lost, then you are... You know what I mean? Anyways, Oh, Valerie, you still haven't got better, do you two, right? Okay, that's just 3 more days. I mean, we've rested on this side of the river, then we come over there and we're still resting. Matilda will get over eventually. I think she's rested enough. She'll get better on her own. I'm confident in that. Now, I mentioned Imperador, and here's another game I've been playing a bit recently. My Summer Car, which was quite of an experience, but I know a lot of people do videos on that. By a lot of people, I mean YouTubers. Done videos of my Summer Car, but I wouldn't do one myself because I'm still no idea what the hell I'm doing. I mean, I'm sure I'm getting a hang of it now, but it's not something for me to be easy for me to say worth recording on, because you know how half serious I can be and a little bit over the top on some of the stuff that we do around here. Slow internet Jones. Yeah, yesterday I had some terrible internet, but don't worry, we reset the router. Everything is fixed now. So yeah, everything is good. Who's around?
Why on earth would we want... Why on earth would we want to go to Iowa? We're going west, ain't we?
Yeah, why the hell we want to go to Iowa? There ain't nothing over there. I mean, look at Iowa. It's right behind us. That's where we live. Matter of good question. Why on earth we want to turn around and go back to Iowa? You know, we spent an entire year in Iowa. Yes. Actually, no. You spent an entire year in the easternmost part of Nebraska. That's how much time you spent there. You spent a year there in Nebraska. Boy, wasn't that a thrill. Anyone else?
Let's go into the fort. Can't hurt to keep in touch with the local authorities, I always say.
What local authorities? You mean those local authorities?
Hello!
These hacks?
Howdy.
These simpletons. These...
They tell me someone in this wagon train is looking for a doctor. Is that true?
Oh, no doctors. Because I am a doctor. I'm Dr. Naximandros, PhD. We already bought what we need here. Here we are. Register Cliff, and it's pretty muddy this time after yesterday's rains.
Let's move on.
No, we don't. Don't you know about the tradition? The tradition that was mandated by the gods that we worship? You must hunt at Register Cliff. It's a matter of life or death here. For not only myself, but for everyone else in the wagon train. Oh dear. Oh, look at this pronghorn. Of course, it ain't gonna be enough, because you need to fill that sucker. Fill that sucker known as wagon. Whoa. That is huge. I mean, good lord, man. I mean, seriously. That bison right there is packing up a poundage. In other words, it's fat. That's a reference to somebody I know of. Well, before I shoot, I just want to have one thing to say, because, you know, we want the full body shot of it before we can, you know, fire at it and prepare to load. I got one thing to say real quick. Beans and taters, beans and taters, beans and taters. Yeah, we're talking about beans and taters, which, if we get a lot of money through trading, mostly, well, first thing I'm going to be buying is dried beans and preserved potatoes. The next trading post or fort we go to. So that way it will be like Sling Blade. I like taters. Beans and taters. Yeah, that sort of thing. Anyways, remember. Reload. Reload. Just doing a little bit. Bam. 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 Okay. Ready now. Popping my knuckles for this. Popping my arm for this. Get ready. Aim. Fire. Son of a... There we go. 2 will do. Even though you can only take 1, but we got 2 wagons, so there's 2 of you. So there you go. That doubles it. Whoa. Oh shit, I forgot the thing was still loaded. Oh, okay. In order to get out of this screen. So there you go. I told you it was a matter of life and death. I'm not sure about Matilda's case, but she'll do all right. All good. I told you she'll get better.
Ah, more wagon people. Are you here to slaughter more buffalo like the group that passed by 4 days ago?
No. It wasn't me. Because I hunted it on May 4th. This is May 7th, so no, I wasn't here. See what I mean? I can be blameless. Tell me more.
I'd never seen such waste. They killed 10 times what they needed for food, and left most of the carcasses to rot. Luckily, after the coyotes had finished with them, we gathered the bones to make tools.
You got any advice?
If you must kill for food, good. But don't kill any more than that. The well-being of our people depends on the buffalo.
Just be glad there was no buffalo herd to speak of. I only saw 2, and I killed both because, well, we needed the food and the fact it was Register Cliff, which you know what it'll do to hunters. Well, I would not question her anymore because she's got a hunting knife, so... Oh yes, you got taters. Taters! Now, here's some coffee beans in return. Now all you need is dried beans, and then we could complete the package of beans and taters.
Howdy, friend. I'll be glad to ferry you across the river. The price is very reasonable.
How much?
Just $3 for each wagon. No extra charge for people or animals.
Oh, that's reasonable, because I got 2 wagons. Well, you could have crossed it for $3, but another 6 wouldn't do much. Again, you got $10. You need it for the beans.
This ferry's the safest way to get across, and that's no lie.
Well, I'm accusing you of being a liar. Wait, look, it's pretty tranquil. We're gonna caulk a wagon afloat. Everything's gonna be fine! We should have taken the ferry.
It horrifies me every time I witness an accident like that, but we must learn from our mistakes to avoid similar incidents in the future.
Well, at least everyone survived. Just our luck. Our very first tip over, because that river fooled us. It was pretty tranquil, and then we decided to float across it, and that's it. That's the end.
I think we ought to keep going.
Boy, you said it.
Don't bother me right now. I ain't got time for idle chat.
Yeah,
if you ain't the persistent one, I told ya I got work to do.
Okay, fine, jackass. Don't be drinking that alkali water. You know what's gonna happen to you. Because you'll be going to hell. The Devil's Gate, that is. And then Split Rock. Another place where we usually hunt for shits and giggles, because we can do that. At the least, at the most. What else do I have in my mind? Earlier I mentioned about Elder Scrolls Online. Let me tell you about my experiences on Elder Scrolls Online. That's the reason why we have Matilda in our party, because that's the name of the female Nord character. And of course, as a Nord, that means you're a member of the Ebonheart Pact, one of the 3 factions of the game. I picked the, the sneaking assassination class. I forgot the name of it already, so I was more into that. Although, funny story, and this is day 2 of my Elder Scrolls Online experience. When I went to Anvil at the Gold Coast in Western Ceuta, and in order to join the Dark Brotherhood, you gotta go murder some random civilian. I did just that, and the bounty was reduced. And then they tell me in order to be a full-fledged member, you gotta go kill this person who lives in the estate, about a good portions north of Anvil. And then, I snuck around the estate the best as I can to avoid the guards until, well, I got detected and I just went full-blown, well, think of a very effective assassin, hitman type character would do. I just killed, I wouldn't say killed the town, but I killed an entire estate. As soon as I was detected, no mercy! And after all is said and done, I had 1,000 plus gold coins, right? And the bounty I got for committing murder, and more murder, trespassing, murder, trespass, steal things, murder, and all these sort of things. The bounty was so high, it was 629 gold. And the bounty is so high that if you go to a town, the guards will kill you on sight. They give you no chance of, say, stop, you violated the law, that sort of thing. No. It's curtains for you, jackass, basically. And what I did was, well, went to the Dark Brotherhood Sanctuary, and as I got off the game, and I come back one day later, and I realized the bounty disappears. Like when you go offline to a certain period of time, like say 6 to 12 hours or so, the amount of bounty that you've raised it up will go away over time, very, very slowly. But if you at least get off the game for about a day, then, well, it's gone. So basically, I had to go into seclusion, and the bounty's gone off, and then I can return to civilization, like a normal person. So that way, nobody can be, well, looking at me suspiciously like there's blood in my hands, that sort of thing. And speaking of blood in my hands, time to go hunting. I've talked enough here at Split Rock. Just give me at least one big animal. Gotcha. Just had to make sure it's not loaded, so that way I don't have to accidentally shoot myself. Otherwise, there's going to be hell to pay. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Ah, yes, 3 crossings, which I have the coin right here. I brought it for this occasion because I know we were coming up to there. Last time I used that coin was a little toss-up during one of the final episodes of the Sogdian Saga of Crusader Kings 2. Which, by the way, this September 1st, that's when Crusader Kings 3 will be released. And when is it coming to the Lore Master channel? probably a few weeks, if not a month after it. It all depends on the little hot fixes and patches, or whenever I'm motivated enough to do so. Since I got Imperator commitments, you know, recordings coming up soon. Anyways, heads, deep sand, 3 crossings. Deep sands is heads, 3 crossings is tails. Now flip, best out of 3. Okay, here's 1 for deep sands, heads, and here's flip number 2. Again, it keeps bumping in this shit, so. Oh, it's tails. I thought it was heads for a moment. Okay. Yeah. It's heads. Deep sand. Deep sand route. So, what say you people?
I don't like the looks of the trail over there on the Deep Sands Road.
Well,
I ain't sure which way we ought to go now.
Well, the coin's already decided.
According to this here guidebook, the right fork goes a rugged route where we have to cross the river 3 times. But the left fork takes us through some deep sand. Could even be quicksand. Tarnation! I'm afeard that whichever way we go, we'll wind up regretting it. Might as well flip a coin and take our dad-blamed chances.
Well, I already flipped the coin ahead of time, so it's been decided. It's deep sand. By the way, what you got? What a coincidence! I forgot about that part of the conversation with that guy whenever we're here. More taters. Okay, perhaps too much taters. Give away all the meat for potatoes? I mean, these are all buffalo meat that we've hunted. And plus bear. Well, you can always hunt for more later, so I don't see the big fuss about it. It's a good deal. I don't know why I just stuttered there and I kept it going, because it's a bit comical to me. Deep sand. That's where we're going. Crossing may be difficult.
Conditions aren't likely to improve anytime soon. We should go ahead and cross the river. Conditions aren't
I'm Isabella. I'm traveling with the Raleighs and their people. My job is to keep after the cows and watch the children. My husband Fred is the ox driver. Best there is.
Well, I'm the mule driver. Best there is.
I was born in Delaware. My father used to tell me stories of Africa and promise one day we'd find ourselves going home. But I don't know if I'm getting closer or farther away with all this walking.
Well, we've been out here for a year, more than a year now, since 1846.
Keep a good eye on those animals of yours and don't let them get too overtired. A dead animal's no good to nobody except maybe the butcher. And out here in this awful place, I'd rather be moving than eating.
Yeah, I just want to tell you something real quick. You know what I saw last night, the day before this recording? An opossum. Yeah, there was an opossum in the backyard, just moving slowly, sniffing around. Of course, can't see shit because they're known for their poor eyesight. And I thought that mother cat who lives in my backyard, along with the 3 kittens, used to be 4, but now there's 3. I'll tell you what happened in a moment. I thought they were going to have a fight. No, they cooperated. I found out cats and possums do tolerate each other. They rarely fight unless it's for territorial reasons. Because, you know, opossums are omnivores and cats are purely carnivores. Because, you know, that's life, pal. Yeah, there's this mother cat who's been living in the backyard for a year now. And then she's got 4 kittens that, back in April 3rd, she gave birth to 4 kittens, litter kittens. And then, at the beginning of June, unfortunately, one of those kittens, died. Ran over. And, we had to bury it before, you know, a rainstorm came. And so all we have is the mother cat and her 3 kittens, which I'm surprised that mother cat did not go into depression. It just seems content with just 2 kittens, because that's how she was raised. She was raised with brother and her mother's mother. So yeah, those 3 kittens is enough to keep her happy. And she never knew where the 4th one went. Thought assumed, well, missing Noel. Because I don't know how cats can get over grief much faster than us humans do. But who am I to judge? So just hope these 3 kittens survive and grow up to be responsible adults, like that mother cat, who can sometimes be a bit antsy, especially when asking for food, because you know how Cats meow at you, telling it's like, hey, feed me. All that sort of thing. Anyways, we've waited here long enough. Let's cross the river. I was expecting the worst.
We had better stop and wait for this dust storm to die down. Can't see a thing in front of me.
Yeah, I can't see shit. I got a vision like a possum. And I still can't see shit. Vision problems. I think the last time I yelled out, I can't see shit, when I was like 15, 16 years old. I wore shoes as my night vision goggles. Boy, was that a mistake.
I suggest you look in the guidebook to determine the correct road.
I suggest that you kiss my... It's Rocky Ridge.
I don't like...
What you got there?
My name is Mini Horses. We're of the Wind River Shoshone. You are crossing our land.
Tell me more.
We are tracking an Arapaho party that raided our village 2 days ago. But this does not concern you. You are travelers on the Great Medicine Road of the Whites.
The Arapaho. I remember those guys. You know, we offered them something. They're hostile with one another. Oh boy, I think we chose the wrong side. Do you have any advice?
In another time, we would expect payment in return for letting you cross our land. Then we could trade. But now is not the time. We must go, and you should do the same.
Before you go, vegetables! Have a winter coat. You may need it for your travels. Plus, he's got a rifle, so don't, antagonize him.
I ain't feeling so tired. Those folks whining about wanting to rest are just a bunch of crybabies.
This here's South Pass. It may not look like it, but we're fixing to cross over the Rocky Mountains. You see, this pass is so wide and gradual-like that you can hardly tell that you're going over the Continental Divide. From here on, the waters flow west to the Pacific. Keep an eye on your supplies. When you get to a fort, be sure to replenish, and don't pass up any opportunity to do some trading.
Like this one. Dollars, okay. Here are all the winter coats. Winter ain't coming back anytime soon. Now we got a sustainable income. Don't drink that shit. We're going to Sacramento River Valley, so typically we go to Fort Bridger, but you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna do this one more time with a coin around here because I just hate myself. I mean, after all, you're the one who bought the meals, so heads this way, tails the other. One's for Fort Bridger, that's heads. And this is also heads. Fort Bridger. That's where I was gonna go to anyhow. No ferry here? How's everybody feeling? Good. I'm surprised, despite the fact I was expecting the worst from these meals since I bought all of them, but no, the trail hasn't been bad lately. Other than, tipped over and nobody drowned. 2 illnesses, that's it. This is pretty good so far. And I'll be sure to hunt again to get all that meat again. So, let's see. Too bad we don't have another winter coat. I mean, it's rainy. I mean, we don't want to screw it up. Because, if I try to caulk the wagon and float, it's going to tip over. So, just give me a moment, alright? Give me a moment to think. Okay, 1 mule it is then. It's no total loss. It's enough to pull our beleaguered wagons. And I say beleaguered in a more loosely way, just to show them how much of a piece of crap these things are when it's pulled by mules. Yeah, time to start making all that meat back. Making meat? Watch your words, Lord Master. You don't know where that leads in context. Come on. Big animal. Give me it. No! Shit. 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 I'm gonna start executing. Oh, there you go. That's what I want. I was about to say, I'm gonna start executing all of your animal friends until you give me the big one. And we got it. So you're all spared. Oh! So, we were able to carry 209 pounds back, but 1 pound, 1 pound we had to leave out. I'm like, hey, does anybody want this 1 pound of flesh? I don't know. Anybody want it?
Hello, I'm Sophie Billings.
I know your
now,
husband.
Will you take a look at that? All those people carving their names in a rock out here in the middle of nowhere.
Sure seen that before.
Don't think we've had much of a chance to talk. My husband and I are from right outside Memphis, Tennessee. Free black folks aren't any too welcome there right now. That's why we're going west.
Whereas I'm going west for an entire different reason. I know this is prior to the gold rush, so I'm just going there to live there. Because I hear California's beautiful this time of the year in 1847.
My brother Gordon, he went out to Oregon last year. Wrote and told me about some people in his wagon train whose animals all died after drinking some bad water. I'd be real careful about that if I were you.
Thanks for the advice, I guess, because I don't drink that. Alright, come on. Who drinks alkali water? I mean, if you're the person that drinks alkali, you just lowered yourself. Like, that's some Bush League bullshit. That's what I think. Ah! Yep, it's me again. Are you gonna buy something, or are you just gonna stand around holding your... Hey. I'm looking. Oh, I remember something. Do you have it here? You got coffee beans, but no dried beans. Damn it! Because I need beans to go along with the taters. Well, you're done for.
How's doing, friends? You must belong to that wagon train that just pulled in.
Sure thing.
I'm a scout round about these parts. I hire myself out to the army, wagon train surveyors, just about anyone in need of my services. Sorry I can't help you folks right now. I got me a contract and I'm sticking to it.
That's alright, I got guns.
Rest up here for a day or two and restock your supplies. But don't waste too much time. You'd best be heading on your way soon to beat the snows.
Well, we did beat the snows one time. I mean, can you imagine, waiting a year in one spot from spring to the next spring? Can you imagine the horrors that we had to go through? Anyways, you got money? Yeah, I know this is what it's going to lead to, but hey, at least it's an attempt. Okay, I'm about 15. Nope, okay. Anyways, here's another thing I would want to talk about from my recent experiences. I recently returned to Battlefield 5 and I recorded a week's worth of a montage which lasted for 30 minutes, the longest montage ever made. It's available for viewing on my YouTube channel as it was posted earlier this week. Around the same day as the final episode of CK2 The Sogdian Saga was posted. Yeah, I still got it. Despite the fact my last montage was back in December. And then, I really kicked ass in that one. That's all I can say about that. You just have to see it for yourself. Despite the fact that I'm best known for my strategy games or some other trail videos like this one that you're watching right now. So let's go to Salt Lake alternate round. $10.
I reckon Fordin.
You reckon Fordin? Sure. The needles.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Just shaking my head. Still $10. My God, who's in charge?
Don't bother me right now.
I thought you were in charge. No, you're just some pissed off douche. Pratt's Pass Canyon. Cross if you dare. Survive if it lets you. Damn it! Hogs Wreck Summit. That's where I remember dying last time when I last played the Oregon Trail. East Canyon. Looks awful like ancient bluffs, if you may recall.
Howdy, we're having to lighten the load on our wagon.
Oh, don't worry about that. Our wagon load's lightened thanks to the blasted hills. Big mountain, little mountain.
I'm going to St. Louis to have me a look at civilization.
Yeah, you go do that. Oh shit, steep hill. People?
Saw the prettiest flowers along the way not too long back. I rejoiced in the beauty of creation and gave thanks we've come through in safety thus far.
Yeah, it's nice to know that even though we may soon experience tragedy here.
There's been a good many stirring sights along the trail, from the smallest flower to the great formations of rock and earth. I feel grand just to look on them.
Advice, please.
Enjoy the beauty around us each day. A thankful heart will carry you further than any other wealth you may possess.
You think so?
I've seen bigger anthills than this. What's the delay?
You got to be delusional. Look at the hill! There's a reason why it's called Steep Hill. And the climb looks as though it will be very steep. So continuing up is not an option. Imagine you gotta climb this sucker. It's like climbing the Matterhorn. Well, someone's gonna die. No, no one is to die. Everybody's all good. Surprisingly. So what say you people?
I've heard horror stories about the Hastings Cutoff. They say there's a desert that takes days to cross.
Whichever way we go, the trail gets rougher than ever. I suggest we stop and rest here a while before moving on.
Just rest for one day. Hopefully there's someone else to talk to, other than the ones we just met.
Maybe we better consult our guidebook before deciding which road to take.
I hear the Hastings Cutoff can trim weeks off of one's journey to California.
I think we should take the road north of the Great Salt Lake. I met a man back at Independence Rock who said that the South Road passes through a fierce desert.
Well, it's to be decided by coin, unfortunately. And I'm sure some people are like, well, why can't you choose independently? I'm like, I can't! Don't you know that we Greeks is to be decided by casting lots of which path we ought to take? It's up to the gods now. Yeah. We're just basically playing up the role to it. Okay, let's do the coin flipping. Heads, Hastings, tails, Salt Lake. One is for Salt Lake. One is for Hastings. We will be... Oh shit, that went far. Hang on a moment. And we are going to... Hastings! Sorry, I just gave myself a shock to look at because I just had a bit of a realization.
Conditions are...
No ferry. Damn it!
We should rest a bit before moving on.
Matilda almost drowned. Can't say I blame you. I like how when she gets better, and then if we take a good look at the south shore of the Great Lake, she's like, no more water. I'm like, shut up! It's just a lake. It ain't going anywhere.
Let's keep going.
Ain't this lake a sight? So big and salty, almost like a piece of the ocean right here in the middle of the desert. Why, they say a person couldn't sink in this water if he tried. Not that I'm much interested in trying.
How about you, Matilda?
As remarkable as this lake is, it doesn't have much to offer. Certainly can't drink this salty water. We'd best get a move on across these alkali flats, don't you think?
Every once in a while we do a saltwater treatment. It's for teeth cleaning reasons.
You know
what?
We should gather up some hay for the animals while we still can.
No! Get the hay! Somebody abandoned a wagon as we were on our way back before we realized, no, wait, turn around, get the hay. I guess somebody just, oh no, we ain't going to that desert without hay. We're getting out of here.
We should take some time to look it over. Might find something of use.
What sort of idiot would abandon his wagon? Took all the animals too. See, this is what you left behind. We're taking your wheels and we're going to take that bottle of linseed oil. Guy should have known better. Anyways, turn around.
Let's...
I say we can...
Skull Valley. Something ominous about that place. Including the man named Hastings who once trailblazed here.
It says in our guidebook that this is Hastings Pass, at least if I'm reading it correctly.
It's not hard to spell Hastings.
It was named for the explorer and guide Lansford Hastings, who blazed this shortcut to California.
Boy, was that a mistake he made, huh? Did he?
According to the guidebook, the Great Salt Lake Desert is dead ahead. Each of us would do well to prepare ourselves for it as best we can.
Well, you got me. I'm not looking for beans. Oh boy, that's a hard decision to make. Milk cow or a gallon of milk? You? That's atrocious. Okay, fine. Whatever that bottle is, have it. I'm taking the gallon of milk as a way of... Let's just drink up for our strength. Wish we had a milk cow of our own. Wow. It's awfully cold for a day in June. Compared to where I live in Texas, it's like 100 degrees when we came into June. But 44 degrees and a little 37. That's a hell of a temperature difference.
I was afraid we'd come to something like this.
Well, deal with it.
Land sakes! Will you look at that? And we gotta go across that for 70 miles before we find any more water?
You betcha! We're going it by day. I'm sure we're gonna experience a lot of dust here. Told you. Called it. Just one minor incident and we went through the desert like no problem. See, I told you we are a resilient lot. Including Matilda, which she's getting there.
That desert was dreadful. Half of my oxen died, and I had to abandon all of my supplies, save the very essentials.
I didn't have a hard time.
Well, now I've surely seen the elephant. I mean, the desert was just about all that a human being can stand. I'm at the limits of my endurance. Well, we certainly can't turn around and go back now. That'd be the death of me. After we rest up here a bit, I reckon we just gotta keep pushing on.
Yeah, we can't go back to the desert, otherwise there's gonna be something that'll pop up in the middle of the desert and gonna punch me in the wee-wee. No beans? Come on, people. I need beans. I need beans to go along with the taters. Ah, you good. I was gonna go for chains and ropes. Nope. God dang it. Oh shit, rocks.
Holy moly! Looks like there was an avalanche. I don't see how we can clear that up. Let's find another way.
It better damn well be. Now we decide to continue over like idiots we are, and we're going through fog and rough trail, but you could have tipped over that wagon again. Because I've made some poor decisions in my life.
Howdy. Name's Jubilation Higginbottom.
That's all I need to know. Don't want to hear any more from you. You're doing okay. Damn it!
Dad blame it! Another confounded obstacle to our progress.
That's the first time something broke in that wagon. But I got blacksmith skills. What the hell's wrong with that tree?
Oh, look at all the water in this lake. And Daddy says it's good water. Not that bad water like we've had for so many days now.
What did I tell you people about drinking that water?
Daddy says this is called Snow Water Lake, 'cause it's filled with water from the snow mountain in the mountains. That's why the water's so good. Can we stop and rest here for a while? I know everybody says we gotta keep moving, but we're awful tired. Our poor oxen need a good rest too. And this fresh water makes it a good place to rest, don't it?
I'll rest here for 2 days. That tree's looking at me funny.
I think we ought to keep going.
Yeah, because I think that tree's pissed off at me. I mean, seriously. To me, I know one would think I must be seeing things, but to me, that is one pissed off tree. If you don't know what the hell I'm referencing, that whole comment of pissed off tree, it originated from, I forgot which Mario Party I used to play with my brothers. It's either 4, 5, or even 6, where one of these boards, and if you land on a certain space in one of these boards, maps if you will, it makes that happy tree go mad, in which we refer to it as a pissed off tree. And I was like, man, that is one pissed off tree. And we refer to it as the happy tree, and then when it's the opposite, it's the pissed off tree. Can you imagine Bob Ross, God rest his soul, painting a pissed off tree? You see here, we're going to be painting this little tree here, and then take this brush here, smoosh, and then you draw a frown on the face and menacing eyes, and therefore you got a pissed off tree. Simple as that. That is one pissed off tree. God bless you, Bob Ross. even though I was too young to remember you, but when I watched your program subsequently when I was out of town, when I was in my I think that's preteen years, had a vague memory of watching that show that was on PBS, and yet there it was, Bob Ross in his prime, painting. Yeah, I can get behind that. Get olive oil. It's a Greek way of treating.
Howdy, partner. Good to see ya.
Howdy.
All along the trail we find wagon irons and keg hoops cast off. Piles of bones marking the remains of someone's prized animal.
Yipe.
Like our poor stock, I'm plumb wore out. Afraid I ain't one to give advice. You might take it, and then you'd be in hot water for sure.
You got any beans? For God. There it is! Beans! A little excessive, but still, I'll sacrifice one more meal, and that's the last time we're sacrificing any meals for beans. Or anything, for that matter. I mean, if that guy didn't have any beans, otherwise I would have said, that man is an egg without a yolk. That's all I gotta say about him. He's an egg without a yolk.
This venture to California has been a miscalculation. Let's go to Oregon.
No. That place is...
Maybe we better...
Which way is west?
This venture...
No, you're going to California with me. I don't care. I'm the man, damn it. Well, yeah, I'm the man now because Becky Lynch is out. Anyways.
I reckon...
Of course fording is the best way across the river. Otherwise, well, you know what's gonna happen.
We're nearly choking on this dust. Why don't we stop and let those other wagons get far enough ahead so that we don't travel in their clouds of dust?
Go on. 4th of July, motherfucker. I wonder what this year's Independence Day is going to be like. Makes you wonder. Anyways, get the hay. And then get more hay.
Heck, why waste time fiddling with hay? Let's get a move on.
Be patient.
It says here that this is Humboldt Sink. Used to be called Mary's Sink before people started calling the old Marys River the Humboldt River.
Okay, I was about to ask.
This is what the Humboldt River flows into, like a giant shallow sandy puddle full of foul water. Then the water just sinks down into the sand or evaporates away in the desert sun. I wouldn't drink any of this water or let my animals do it. Looks and smells awful. It'd be best to wait till we find something better. This stagnant water could make us sick.
Well, you do have beans. Oh, look at it, my man. Austin Billings, my man. You got beans and taters to yourself. Look, I got beans and taters too. You know, so hold on. How many dollars do you have? You made a pretty good income. Tempting offer. You know what? Do it! Turn around. We gotta go get more hay. Hell of a bargain!
Let's move on.
Yeah. That's a hell of a deal. 32 bales of hay for $60. That's a way to make money. Although it's kind of slightly cheating if there's ways to get money. Just go back and forth, gather hay, more hay, and then dollars. Or perhaps draft animals if need be, if you want to get rid of your mules. Which, surprisingly, the mules have not failed me throughout this entire venture. Not a single injury for them, and they've never been exhausted. And I can say the same for my party members, which Sarah Monacita is doing fair. Oh, I spoke too soon on the mules issue. Push it!
I don't see how we can keep going.
We sure can. The sand means the desert is near. And here we are. 40-mile desert.
I'm Isabella.
We already had this conversation before.
I feel like I've been eating dust soup all day. It's been so thick. We tied masks of cloth on the oxen to filter the dust. They still appear to suffer from it, though. I've learned to drink just 1 cup of water in the morning to slake my thirst. What little we have has to stretch. Using a couple of poles and a blanket can make a bit of shade during the nooning. Getting out of the sun and wind does refresh one a bit. But I don't know if we should do any nooning in the desert ahead. Maybe be best just to keep going no matter what.
No, thank you. Go on. Sunset this time. Keep going. Don't let the dust stop you. I just had a flashback to one of the previous Oregon trails. It's like, we made it through a desert, now ford, and we swamp our wagon. I'm like, we're trying to drink, damn it. The oxen, us, and everything. I don't care if we drown. We must get that water get the dust off of us, get it in our system, and drink, drink, drink. Yeah. I hope we see more of those abandoned, what do you call it? The thing with wheels. Oh, come on, Lord Master. The thing with wheels? Is that the best thought you could come up with?
We met a man yesterday who said he'd already been to California. His report bore a good account of the country and the quality of the land to be had. That was a relief to hear.
We're in California.
Thunderation. I've been working for other folks all my life. In the new land, I'm gonna have my own land and herd. Yes, sir, I can hear them cattle calling my name. I hear California's the best place for raising cattle. Acres of wild oats keep 'em fat and happy. Oregon's more country for farming and lumbering.
That's the reason why I'm going to the Salt Lake area in the first place. Salt Lake area. God damn it, Sacramento!
We'd stay on the main trail by going north of the lake.
What say you? What say you?
I hear that by going through Cold Stream Pass, we avoid some pretty rough, steep trails.
Oh, is that so? And of course, based on that music cue you people hear, that means we're almost there. Which is no surprise. I mean, we are in California after all, for our destination. Down our lake, so we can either go this way or that way. Of course, it'll be decided by coin, which I believe this will be the last time that we will utilize the coin here. So, heads, main Truckee route, tails, Cold Stream Pass. One for Cold Stream. Two for Cold Stream. Well, two in a row for once. Doesn't look steep at all, does it, huh? Well, we are in Cold Stream Pass.
I hate to burden you with my problems.
I'm mad as hornets.
I'm just looking for anything original here.
Good day to you folks.
The trail teaches you a hearty appetite.
Nothing original relating to this area. Yeah, this one's back and this one's ahead to Johnson's.
Howdy, we're
Anything new?
Howdy, name's Austin Billings.
I know your wife.
Whenever we noon, I do believe we're supposed to make a turn to the east at this point.
Supposed to? Don't you know what's over there? Do you really want to know what's over there? Let me show you. Oh, there's Donner Pass.
I always take some time every few hours.
See what I mean? Look, you do not want to go down there. We're turning around. Just going to come show you. So, Johnson's Ranch it is. But first, some hunting. Oh crap, I don't have a rifle. I'm down to a pistol now. Headshot. 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 No. Why the hell am I saying headshot to a bird? You can't do that. I mean, if you try to headshot a bird with a pistol, I mean, that'd be an achievement in itself to tell you about how much of a marksman you could be. What the? There we go. Come on. This way. To Johnson's Ranch. Don't look at that thing. You know how I fear cougars. In real life. Real life. Real life.
I'm mad as hornets.
Aren't we all?
Howdy, partner.
Alright, Mr. Johnson. We got our morale back up. You better have something good to sell. No beans and taters here. There's something about me and beans and taters. You got a rifle? Okay, thank you. Let's save my money for this. Now.
Personally, I wouldn't mind stopping for a while, but then again, I'd rather be traveling in the heat than freezing in the winter snows.
God damn it! The turns have been tabled!
It's only right that we should stop and help.
We've got to work together to make it through this journey.
Yeah, we fixed it because of my blacksmithing skills. Oh, look at you being all bossy around. You think you're some macho man?
More wagons. Sure has been a busy day. You folks fixing to cross on the ferry?
Maybe how much is it? I didn't see the price.
The cost is 50 cents. I reckon that's a mite bit cheaper than some of the ferries you encountered on your way here.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to wait a bit to use ferry because there's others ahead of you, don't worry. Just be patient and your turn to come before you know it. And it's worth the wait. Lot safer than fording, that's for sure.
Yeah, because when I last met you, I refused the offer of that ferry and we got over, you know. So, you made it a reasonable price this time. So, pack your things. We're going in that ferry. You say it's 50 cents, it's $1 because we own 2 wagons. And don't be fooled. It says it's pretty tranquil, but I think that river is bullshitting me, so we're taking that ferry. For a moment, I thought we tipped over. Okay. You got beans, but do you have no taters? But I do need rice, though. Because you know what good it'll do for me in a long run. And have some tea around here because you gotta have class back into this wagon party. And do not forget the bacon. How could you forget the bacon? And some coffee beans as well. Yeah, let's just load up the goddamn larders of our food here. Okay. Just gonna go here just to hunt for once, alright? Just give me one more big animal, then we're gonna go to the Sacramento River Valley. Which we're already in, I mean, in and around. You know what I mean. I'm gonna start executing your friends until you get out here, big animal. 3, 2, 1. Gotcha. Oh!
Consarn it! Wouldn't you know some idiot would up and do something like that? We can't let such things hold us up any.
Dear. The tables have turned. Or the turns have been tabled. Man, oh man, I expected something like this happen. Did we lose our sheep after all the tip-overs? But, it happened. Patrick, we're so close to the end, you know. I'm bleeding, I'm in pain. Look, we're so close to the end, just say screw it, just rub salt in the wound and you're gonna be alright.
What the heck are we doing wasting time gathering wild fruit?
More wild fruit? Stop, turn around. Get back to where you were, idiot. Yes, I've rubbed salt on my wound. I'm making myself feel poor, but I'm coming in poor. Because, you know, that's the proper way of entering into the Sacramento River Valley area. So, yeah, he's like, you again? You're gonna pay up another $1? I mean, hurry up. You're gonna cross my wagons. Like, okay, no, don't worry about it. We're gonna caulk a wagon float. And the river did not screw me over this time. I'm back!
Hello, friend. Come in, come in. My name is Johann Suter. Well, I've taken to using the name John instead of Johann, in the American fashion. So many Americans moving here, you know.
Oh no, there are no Americans in this party. There's 4 Greeks, a Nord, and a Mexican. There you go. Tell me more.
I built this fort both as a trading post and as a place where immigrants to the Sacramento Valley can start getting themselves settled. I envision great things for the Sacramento Valley.
Oh, sure. Oh yeah, did you know I got shot? Any advice on that?
There's good farmland roundabouts. Work hard, and you'll do well. I've got plans to establish a city here. I'm calling it New Helvetia. Helvetia is the Latin name for Switzerland, my European homeland. But California's my home now.
Good luck to your future dead bird. Oh, shit. Huh. Would you... Is that all you got? All you got is 7 oxen and the horses. What the hell are these horses doing here? No, don't grieve, man. These horses are on display. You know, they're just cardboard cutout of horses. Oh, what about this one chicken that you have? You want a chicken? It's $5. I ain't got $5. Well then, you should have luck. Get out of here. Well, we can't sit around and do nothing anymore because I'm going to be bleeding to death pretty soon. So, we got to get going. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The Sacramento River Valley that we have reached. And we're going to stake it. Yeah, stake that land. As in, stab the land. And say, it's ours now. It's our new home. So yeah, I'm just coming in, still bleeding and in pain. I got shot. And he's like, oh, good lord, what happened to you? But this man hands me a letter, so give me that. Registered Land Office. I hereby certify that the application is for the lands of the class, which the applicant is legally entitled under the appropriate acts of Congress, and that there is no prior adverse rights to the same. I hereby designate the applicant as a sole owner of 481 acres, as designated in this claim. After all, I'm a doctor. Something Miller, register. Charles Miller? What? Again, I can't read cursive writing too. I mean, there's something about me against cursive writing. One person in poor health, me. Having 2 wagons does go up. No duration penalty. We didn't take that long out here. So, we did fairly well. So, in Aximandros, he also mined 1,260 worth of gold from along the banks of the Yuba River. Despite some early successes, including additional discoveries, small vein of silver in the Sierra Nevadas, Anaximandros lost a good deal of money through subsequent bad investments. In 1869, gold strike on a track line owned by Anaximandros provided even greater wealth, much of which was donated to charity in the later years. In the early 20th century, December repeated his good fortune by striking oil in Southern California, providing the family with continued affluence and influence. Yep, that's Massalian Greek pride right there. Because Massalia was a plutocratic colony, which, by the way, coming soon to the Lord Master channel. Imperator Rome, Massalia. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the Oregon Trail, which, again, I've said a lot of pretty hilarious stuff. Some, well, a little bit sad, some indifferent, but, again, I already told you about my future plans of this here YouTube channel, the Lord Master channel, in which you will see Imperator Rome, Massalia, as we mentioned, which will be coming in a few weeks' time, and also may have the possibility of doing the Oregon Trail video, which I originally wanted to do in April, and then shit happens, and I thought it was too soon, so screw it. So I thought we'll maybe doing it this month or so. And of course, whatever the hell I'm going to be doing on Elder Scrolls Online, more shenanigans and Red Dead 2 every once in a while. And of course, many, many more. And I don't know about this Oregon Trail that, you know, the future of the Oregon Trail is in question for me. I'm not saying this is the last one I'll ever do, it's just, I kind of do this on a, you know, a rough and patch sort of thing. I'm just using words here and I can't come up with the best sentence for it. So, let's just say, I'm not saying I'm tired or burnt out in all things Oregon Trail. No, I'll never get tired of it. This is just what makes this a great channel, with all the comedy and whatnot, and whatever bullshit I come up with. But hey, at least this time, this trail was a good success, because the mules did not fail me, and nobody died, even though I shot myself. Apparently I lost a sheath. Rifle or shotgun sheath, one of these things. It's so long. I'm sure there'll be more trails in the future and whatnot. But please remember, people, I got to tell you this once. For God's sakes, stay safe. You don't know what's out there these days. Whether if it comes a form of a disease or some desert creature or being that's going to come out and punch you in a, you know, where yam bag. All that and more here on the Lord Master channel. Until then, so long for now. I had to rush it.